Hi guys, it's Barnaby from Spurs on, and it feels a bit sad. This is my final team news reaction video of the season. We are literally in St James's Park, a park next to the ginormous ground that is Newcastle United Football Club Stadium, St James's Park, or as I believe it's now known, sportsdirect.com at St James's Park. I just want to start with a little thing about that. I think it's absolutely disgraceful how this club has been run and mismanaged into the grounds. They're going down. It's a huge ground. I think other than Old Trafford, it's the biggest ground I've been to this season. And you look around, you look at all the fans who've been building up around here with a couple of hours before, for a couple of hours before the game. And there's no way that this is a championship club. Absolutely disgraceful. Anyway, as you know, it's the Spurs channel, obviously, so let's talk about the team news. It's just come in. One surprise, maybe. Anyway, it's Hugo Lloris in goal, Kyle Walker right back, Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen centre back. Ben Davies comes in at left back ahead of Danny Rose. I'll talk a bit more about that in a second. In front of them, Eric Dyer. Ryan Mason keeps his place, which I think is interesting because I think it's fair to say everyone at White Hart Lane last week felt he didn't have a great game. Then in front of Mason will be Christian Eriksen, Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, of course, up front. And who am I missing out? Christian Eriksen, Heung-min Son, and one other. This is my first mistake in a season of team news reaction videos, but I will come around to it. I will remember, it will be on my brain. Let's talk a little bit about Danny Rose before I get there. He's gone out of the team. He's actually on the bench, so it doesn't seem like it's an injury thing. I can only help but wonder, is Ben Davies being brought in today to deal with Andros Townsend? Now, Andros Townsend, obviously, we sold him for 12 million quid in January to Newcastle, and he's had a good run for them. He scored 4 goals and made a couple of assists for Newcastle in their relegation battle, which, unfortunately for them, they lost. And I wonder if Mauricio Pochettino thinks that Andros Townsend is their most dangerous player, and Ben Davies is a better defender, like all-out defender, than Danny Rose, so he doesn't want to be caught down the wing with Andros Townsend. That's all I can think of on that front. In terms of Ryan Mason coming in, the only option I could have thought of, I was thinking of in terms of if Mason wasn't going to play today, is dropping Christian Eriksen into that role and then maybe playing Nacer Chadli in Eriksen's role. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Why? I don't think that was probably going to work. So Mason gets another chance. It's also a good example of Mauricio Pochettino's loyalty. He's not going to just drop Mason because he had a bad game. It's hard for players to come into the team when they haven't had first team match minutes and just do it every time. So he's giving Mason another chance, and that's fair enough. Mason has shown enough loyalty to Spurs down the years. Let's see, maybe he can get a goal up in the northeast like he did away at Sunderland to win that game for us. Obviously, the overall picture of this game is tense and nerve-wracking for Spurs fans. We need a point. A win, I think, would send us all off, and a win, we deserve a win. We deserve to finish second. We deserve to finish the season on a win, to go off into the summer with bragging rights, with second place, with the highest finish that we've ever had in the Premier League and since the 60s, and the highest points total we've had in the Premier League era as well, beating the 72 we got when we came top 4 a few years back. That's what we deserve. That doesn't mean that necessarily that's going to happen. It's nerve-wracking. If we don't get a point, and Arsenal win at home to Aston Villa, which, let's face it, they're going to do, they will finish above us. And even though we've been arguably the best team in the league in terms of the football we played, if not the best team in the league in terms of winning the title, obviously, if in our best season we still manage to finish below Arsenal, a team who we haven't finished above since 1995, it will be a real downer on what's been an incredible season of improvement and fantastic football for Tottenham Hotspur. So, you know, we don't want that to happen. Obviously, the player I forgot about earlier was Eric Lamela. So it's Eric Lamela, Christian Eriksen and Heung-min Son behind Harry Kane. There you go, I knew it would come to me. So that's the worry for Spurs fans. Other things that we're up for, Harry Kane is top of the Golden Boot charts at the moment. I kind of want him to forget about that today, though. It's not as important as us getting that point. So if he gets himself in a position like he did last week against Southampton where he can lay it across for a certain goal, just do it, Harry. Just do it. It's more about the team. The dream for me here is a couple of nice early goals. Relax. And no, don't make it tense, and we can all have a party. There are loads of Spurs fans up here for this one. It'll be a great night in Newcastle tonight if we can just get a win or a draw. But to be honest, I'd love a win, because that way, if we're winning, going into the last few minutes, it won't be tense. Whereas if we're drawing, we just know that someone could stick it in the top bin from 25 yards and end our season on such a negative note. Anyway, that's been the team news reaction, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments box below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel on YouTube and follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Spurred on TV. Get behind the boys.